Today, I would like to touch on the subject of black fatigue. Black fatigue has been in the news and headlines. It's the clickable thing on YouTube. I thought I might jump into it because I have the only response you ever need to black fatigue. Now, to me, it's silliness. There's no logic behind it. I'll put it this way: if a European American, white American, shoots up a school, or kills their family, or is a drunk driver, or poops on a car. Now that happened a couple weeks ago. They pooped on the car. Does something ridiculous, violent, brutal, uncivilized. No one would point the finger and say, because your ancestors came from a same place or similar place, similar continent, same continent, you are somehow accountable, or you somehow should be judged or defined by those actions. You never hear that when it comes to other groups, Latins, whites, Asians. You only hear it when it comes to African Americans. They get fatigued when some thug in Chicago does something, or some kid in Texas does something, or some hoodlum on the subway does something. What does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with Candace Owens? She's African American. You think she breaks the law? You think Candace Owens breaks the law? You think Candace Owens stabs people? No. That's why saying black fatigue, or white fatigue, or Mexican fatigue make no sense. And the response to these fatigues is this: why would I be judged or held accountable for the action of someone else just because our ancestors came from the same continent? That is the response. Why is it logical? Why is it fair? Why does it make any sense for me to be judged, held accountable, scrutinized because my ancestors and some criminals' ancestors came from the same continent? That's a logic bomb, right? You fight ignorance not with more ignorance. You fight ignorance not with anger. You fight ignorance with logic. Logic is the opposite of ignorance. There's no logic whatsoever in being fatigued or saying fatigued or judging other people because of the actions of someone that may be distantly related. I don't know. Maybe they are. Most of us are related. Everybody is. Every human. But because they share an ancestry or a partial ancestry, because Africa's a big continent. Like Europe's a kind of small continent. Asia's a big continent. And what the hell does that guy do with me because some knucklehead did something? Right? Logic is opposite of ignorance. So don't get in your feelings. Don't get your feelings. Don't stoop down to that level because it's silliness and stupidity. You have people that will parrot any kind of talking point. They'll parrot any kind of catchy thing they see in the comment section. You got to remember that that's not the real world. That's not real life. Most interactions between people with regards to your culture, race, whatever, United States, thankfully, they're peaceful. They go smoothly. You got millions of people interacting on a daily basis. No drama, no strife whatsoever. The news, the internet, they pick out social media. They pick out the most extreme things, right? And they put that out there. Anything positive, that's not going to catch fire. That's not going to go viral. But they want the most extreme things, to get clicks, to get views. And these people, they feed into that. They're the dopamine, I suppose. They see something that fits their narrative that they want to see. They latch onto it, regardless of the examples all around them that point to the contrary. That point to the contrary. But that's the way of humanity. That's how humans behave. We're very we like the flash. And we enjoy the flash over the substance quite often. All you can do yourself is don't get caught up in that. Remember what's real and what's for clicks.